All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Sanjana, J and J's Fireside Chat Coordinator, and I'm here with Derek for another Fireside Chat. Derek, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So let's jump right in. Please tell us about your educational and professional backgrounds and the path that you took to get to where you are today.
Okay. Um, so again, my name is Derek Haley. Educationally, I am originally from New Jersey, grew up in Montclair. Um, After high school, which is a very long time ago, went to Syracuse University in upstate New York, majored in economics and African American studies, and graduated in 1992. Um, Shortly thereafter, I started working for a radio station. I was actually pursuing my dream to be in media, and interviewed at a couple magazines, the Source magazine, Vibe magazine. Worked at Hot 97 for several years in the promotions and marketing department, and eventually made the decision to kind of focus at my career, which you can see is I'm at PSEG. So I put my economics degree to work and have been with that company for a couple decades now. So
Wow, that's awesome. It's super cool how
mm,
you got to experience media and radio and all of that, and have now ended up at PSEG.
yep, it's good. It's been it was a great experience. I met a lot of cool people, did a lot of fun things, and learned about a different industry. Working in utility, it's lights, gas, different things that we kind of take for granted. But working in radio was just, I got to network with a whole lot of people and really understand marketing and the dynamics and demographics of folks and what makes people tick. So that was very fulfilling.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
So, my next question for you is, did you have any significant extracurricular experiences in high school and or college that you feel really helped you later on in your career?
Um, Extracurricular experience. So I did some volunteering. Was also working with children when I was younger. I think that kind of helped lay the foundation for just responsibility and accountability and preparing me to kind of deal with a lot of different personalities and dynamics that people bring from home and to the workplace or the school environment. So the interactions, just exposure to a lot of different people and experiences kind of helped me become a more patient and empathetic person. So yeah, I think that was a huge benefit for me in terms of the extracurricular.
Yeah, absolutely. I find even, with being involved in organizations and things like that on campus, I am exposed to a very diverse um, population of people. So I completely agree that it helps a lot with broadening your perspective.
Mhm. Absolutely. I actually in college I was in some organizations and we did some community outreach. I was with the Urban League and different things like that. We would go out into the city of Syracuse and do things to kind of engage the community. So that was again a great experience and something that I look back on fondly.
That's awesome. Glad to hear that. So, lastly, what advice would you give to young people who will be embarking on their professional lives soon?
Uh, so um, I'm sure other people have said it before, but there's a quote I heard from Arthur Ashe years ago, famous tennis player that has since passed. But success is a journey, not a destination. And I have that on my phone as my background there, my wallpaper. And what that means is, you know, you're continually going to need to strive to get to where you want to be. There are milestones and different things that you can look back on fondly and say, okay, I've achieved something here. But um, success is something that we continue to do and we continue to strive for. um, Again, going back to my radio experience, it was a lot of fun. the money wasn't what I needed it to be, which is ultimately why I left. But I felt like I was, on a career path that was, going to keep me engaged and entertained, and it wasn't going to be like work because it was fun and all of that. But that was part of my journey. And I continue to go on my journey. I mean, I did some professional classes while working for PSEG, joined some professional organizations in my own time. I do some things in my community to kind of help advance that, whether it's recreation, any sort of thing, just to keep striving and keep getting better and looking for more opportunities to make this third rock from the sun a little bit better for all of us. So I guess my advice would be is don't get stuck in your failures, if you will, because the only way you can get better is to have a setback and really kind of build from that, learn from that, and get better. If the first career path that you have doesn't work out for whatever reason, it's good to stay focused on that and try and right the wrongs of things that may have been some of those hurdles that you weren't able to overcome. But if that career path for whatever reason doesn't work out, don't just give up. There are a lot of opportunities. There are a lot of companies that have a whole lot of different departments within them. You look at Google, you look at anywhere, the state of New Jersey, anything. They all have different departments that you can find a niche in and really make a contribution to. PSEG, again, everyone thinks lights and gas and stuff like that, but there's a whole lot of other departments and opportunities that go on behind the scene. And I think it's important that you focus your efforts on getting someplace that you can see yourself working at. And then once you get inside that organization, look for opportunities to advance and become more, get more aligned with what you'd really like to do. Don't just give up and say, oh, I didn't get that job at Google, or I didn't get that job at Nike or working for the Giants. Look for opportunities to get within that organization and then show what your worth is, show what your value is and what you bring to the table. And those opportunities will present themselves to you.
Wow, that was great advice. Thank you so much for sharing. Mm-hmm. And this is a great session overall. So thanks again for joining us. It means a lot. I took a lot out of it. I'm sure everyone listening will too.
Great. Thanks for having me.